Welcome to Switch Game List. Join me as I count down my top 15 best Nintendo Switch games you need to play. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Last Time I Saw You throws you into a murder mystery where you play as high schooler Maya searching for her missing friend Connor while uncovering supernatural secrets in their small town. The game blends visual novel storytelling with exploration segments that feel surprisingly tense. What sets it apart is how your dialogue choices genuinely impact relationships and story outcomes. The characters actually behave like real teens, making dumb decisions for understandable reasons. The hand-drawn art style carries the emotional weight, though some puzzle sections drag. This one stuck with me for days after finishing. Dragon Ball FighterZ brings the anime to life with fast-paced 3v3 tag battles that somehow manage to be accessible yet deep. You'll unleash iconic moves from the series as Goku, Vegeta, and a roster that spans the entire Dragon Ball universe. The story mode places you in an original tale where clones of fighters appear, while souls get linked to characters. It's ridiculous in the best way possible. The combat feels responsive with just enough depth to keep fighting game veterans engaged. Even when you're getting stomped online, pulling off a Kamehameha feels so satisfying that you'll jump back in for more. Sky Ocean's Wings for Hire puts you in the cockpit as a mercenary pilot navigating a world of floating islands and aerial conflicts. You'll take contracts, upgrade your aircraft, and decide which factions to support in an ongoing conflict. The flight mechanics strike a sweet balance between arcade accessibility and tactical depth. Where the game truly soars is in the relationships you build with your crew and rival pilots. Some missions feel repetitive by the mid-game, but the customization options for your aircraft keep things fresh. The feeling of diving through clouds to ambush an enemy convoy never gets old. Dragon Quest XI follows a hero who discovers he's the reincarnation of a legendary warrior, then gets branded as the Darkspawn and hunted across the world. The turn-based combat system nails the classic JRPG formula without feeling dated. Each party member brings unique personality to both battles and story moments. The world feels alive with townsfolk who have their own problems beyond your epic quest. The orchestral soundtrack absolutely slaps during key moments. The game respects your time with quality-of-life features while still delivering a meaty 80-plus hour adventure. This definitive edition adds content that was missing from other versions. Tears of the Kingdom expands on Breath of the Wild's formula by adding vertical exploration with sky islands and underground caves. Link gains new abilities like Ultra Hand, which lets you build vehicles and contraptions from objects in the world. The story dives deeper into Hyrule's history as you search for Zelda after she disappears, investigating ancient ruins. The freedom to tackle challenges your own way remains unmatched. I spent hours perfecting a flying machine just to bypass a mountain. Some shrine puzzles feel recycled, but the new building mechanics create moments of genuine ingenuity. This game rewards creativity more than any Zelda before it. Mutants Unleashed brings back the beat-em-up glory days with all four turtles fighting through New York to stop a mysterious mutagen outbreak. Each turtle handles uniquely. Mikey's fast but weak, while Raph hits like a truck but moves slower. The combat feels chunky and satisfying, especially when pulling off team attacks with friends in co-op. The story references both classic and modern TMNT without getting bogged down in continuity. Enemy variety keeps things fresh, though boss fights sometimes drag on. What makes this work is how it captures the brothers' personalities through both dialogue and gameplay. Pizza power-ups are still a thing, and I'm here for it.
Time to move! Delivery complete!
Europa puts you on Jupiter's frozen moon as a researcher investigating an alien signal beneath the ice. What starts as a scientific expedition quickly turns into a survival story when your base gets damaged. The game blends resource management, exploration, and psychological horror as you dive deeper into the ocean beneath Europa's surface. The isolation feels palpable through subtle audio design and lighting. Some stealth sections frustrate more than frighten, but uncovering the mystery drives you forward. The limited oxygen mechanic creates genuine tension during exploration. This game nails the feeling of being truly alone with something unknown watching from the darkness. Drova drops you into a dark fantasy world inspired by Slavic folklore, playing as a monster hunter tracking a creature that destroyed your village. The combat feels weighty and deliberate. Each swing matters and button mashing gets you killed. The world design shines with villages that feel lived in and forests that hide ancient secrets. The main questline offers meaningful choices that affect how villagers respond to you. Some boss fights rely too much on pattern recognition, but nailing the timing feels rewarding. The crafting system avoids needless complexity while still offering meaningful upgrades. This game does more with atmosphere than most AAA titles. Hey, quick pause here. If you're enjoying this look at some of Switch's finest games, hit that subscribe button for more content like this. Let me know in the comments which of these games you've played or are excited to try. Now, let's continue with our lineup. Luigi's Mansion 3 traps the Green Plumber in a haunted hotel where he must rescue Mario and friends from portrait prisons. Each floor features a distinct theme, from a medieval castle to a disco dance hall. The physics-based ghost hunting with the upgraded Poltergust feels satisfying, especially slamming specters into walls. Guigi, Luigi's goo clone, adds clever co-op and puzzle possibilities by squeezing through grates and pipes. The boss ghosts have actual personalities, making victories feel earned. Some puzzles rely too much on hidden objects, but the aha moment when spotting the solution makes up for it. Luigi's fearful expressions sell every scare. This game has more character animation than it has any right to. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 follows Noah and Mio, soldiers from opposing nations forced to join forces when they discover the truth about their world. The real-time combat evolves from previous games with a class system that lets characters swap roles and learn from each other. The massive open environments remain a series hallmark. You'll fight normal-sized enemies with skyscraper-sized creatures wandering in the background. The story tackles themes of purpose and limited lifespans with surprising nuance. Auto attacks streamline battles without removing strategic depth. Some side quests drag, but the character development they provide feels worth it. The music during pivotal moments still gives me goosebumps.
Hear that, Noah? Lance wants something a bit meatier.
Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection packages 12 classic titles that shaped fighting games as we know them. From the rough-around-the-edges original to the refined Third Strike, you can trace the evolution of the genre. Playing these classics reveals how mechanics like combos sometimes started as glitches before becoming essential features. Online play works best for Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo and Third Strike, but local multiplayer captures the arcade feeling across all titles. The museum mode with concept art and development history provides fascinating context. Some games aged better than others. Original Street Fighter feels nearly unplayable now, but seeing how Ryu evolved from game to game makes this collection worthwhile for fighting game fans. Astral Chain puts you in the boots of a police officer bonded to a legion, a captured interdimensional creature on a chain. The combat system revolves around controlling both characters simultaneously, creating unique positioning strategies as you wrap your chain around enemies. The post-apocalyptic city setting mixes cyberpunk aesthetics with supernatural elements. Investigation segments break up the action with detective work that sometimes feels like busy work. The story tackles themes of human experimentation and what makes someone human. Customization options let you personalize both your character and Legion. Platinum Games delivered another action classic that rewards mastery but might overwhelm casual players with its complexity. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate delivers on its Everyone is Here promise, with a roster of over 80 fighters from gaming history. The fighting system maintains its accessibility while offering enough depth to sustain a competitive scene. Single-player World of Light mode tells a surprisingly engaging story as you rescue captured fighters from a godlike entity. The stage selection spans decades of gaming history with lovingly recreated details fans will appreciate. Some characters clearly received more balancing attention than others, but patches have improved the competitive viability across the board. The sheer joy of seeing Solid Snake fight Cloud Strife while Pac-Man and Minecraft Steve duke it out nearby never gets old. Echoes of Wisdom flips the script by making Zelda the protagonist in her own top-down adventure. Zelda's Echoes ability lets her copy and combine enemy abilities. Think Kirby meets Zelda, creating new ways to solve puzzles and defeat bosses. The story follows Zelda investigating temporal anomalies across Hyrule, while Link has gone missing. The pixel art style recalls Link's Awakening, while introducing modern lighting effects. Dungeons focus more on puzzle solving than combat, rewarding clever thinking over quick reflexes. The difficulty curve hits a sweet spot that welcomes newcomers while challenging series veterans. After decades of rescuing Zelda, playing as the princess herself feels long overdue. Super Mario Party Jamboree brings the series back to form with 110 mini-games spread across 7 boards. The pacing improvements mean less downtime between turns, solving a major issue from previous entries. New team-based modes add strategic depth as you form temporary alliances before inevitable betrayals. The boards themselves tell mini-stories through events that change game conditions. Online play finally works properly, letting you enjoy full games with friends rather than just mini-game collections. Some luck-based mechanics still frustrate when they negate good play, but that unpredictability creates memorable moments. The haptic feedback during minigames makes excellent use of the Joy-Con capabilities. This is the definitive Mario Party experience. Hey, let me know what you think about these games. Maybe you've played some and have a different take, or maybe something here caught your eye. Drop a comment, let's chat about it. See you in the next one.